D-Lo 404 Boxing. Shout out to the LDBC. Shout out to my subscribers. And sub to the channel. As such, please subscribe. Hit that bell icon. If you're feeling the content, drop a comment in the comment section as well. So, been a lot of talk from a lot of people trying to downplay Deontay Wilder's drawing power. His viewership, his fan base, or whatever you want to call it. You got a guy fights on the main event of a card. The main event only goes 2/3 of a round, and the viewership does the highest ratings of any boxing match on the network this year. And we're almost halfway through the year, and it does those kind of numbers. You know what I'm saying? That all the other fight cards have failed to put on up to this point. Excuse me. So you're talking about right at 1 million views for a fight that people barely even had time to tune in to watch. And you got people coming out of the woodwork saying, well, Gary Russell's a star in his own right, you know, yada, yada, yada. It's like, man, Gary Russell was fighting Kiko Martinez. Kiko at one point was a very durable and, you know, pretty decent contender. And I think at one point he may have held a title. But Kiko Martinez isn't some household name. He isn't somebody that Gary Russell's going to, you know, have people just tuning in left and right trying to watch. A lot of people don't even know who Gary Russell is, to be honest. You know, Gary Russell's one of those guys that he's known more by avid boxing fans than he is by general public. You know, because he fights at low weight like that, at lower weight class, that a lot of casuals don't watch those lower weights. And until ESPN comes out and tells them that some guy down at those lower weights is pound for pound #1 or something like that, then they'll start paying attention. But anyway, the next thing you got is they're trying to say their attendance wasn't all that. You know, we didn't even fill the place up. They only had, you know, 14,000 or whatever you want to call it, 13,000 in an arena that, you know, could have filled 17,000, 18,000, who knows. But my whole point is that no matter what this man does, there's going to be some sort of criticism, some kind of way to try to downplay his accomplishment. You know, he was fighting Dominic Breazeale. Dominic Breazeale is no household name. Dominic Breazeale is not some guy that the average boxing fan is checking for. He's not some guy who John Q. Watcher is going to tune in to watch fight just because they hear boxing's on. But Deontay Wilder, on the other hand, his name is out there. And people, even if they didn't know his name, they're like, oh, you remember the guy that knocked that guy out and had him on his knees and he was tied up in the ropes, and they made all those memes about it. I mean, his name resonates. You know what I'm saying? People know who Deontay Wilder is. People tune in to watch him fight. And when the results, like Saturday night's result, is what make people anxious to tune in again. It's like, when this guy gonna fight again? You know, and yeah, they put matchups in their head and say, well, when's he gonna fight this guy? When's he gonna fight that guy? Has he fought this guy? Has he fought that guy? And people get excited about that. But, you know, even for people to come out and try to downplay a brutal first round knockout of a durable, legit contender like Dominic Breazeale is absurd. You know, Dominic Breazeale had only lost one fight at that point, in a fight in which he went 7 rounds without getting dropped until the 7th round. Now, was he winning that fight? No, not close to winning the fight. I mean, he was in the fight enough for it not to get stopped. I mean, and he had his chances. He had his spots, but for the most part, he was just getting beat every round. And then eventually he got dropped a couple times, and then he got dropped in the corner for the last time, and it was basically like he just, You know what I'm saying? AJ beat the fight out of him. And, you know, it is what it is. After that, he went on a 3-fight win streak, knocking out 3 legit opponents. And then he came up to fight Wilder, and he got, you know, blown out in 1 round. It happens, you know. But don't discredit Wilder for his accomplishment because your favorite fighter or some other guy wasn't able to achieve that and start trying to, you know, discredit the performance or discredit the opponent or discredit the event, discredit the, you know what I'm saying, the viewership or the importance or the fact that this guy's a draw. This guy, Deontay Wilder, is must-see TV. And that's just the facts of it. You know, if you watch boxing, you want to see Wilder fight. You know, and it doesn't matter that it's on pay-per-view. And even people making comments like they didn't even fill up the arena on a non-pay-per-view event. What does pay-per-view have to do with the amount of people in the arena? You know, it's not like because it's non-pay-per-view means that they're giving away seats for $1 a piece. I mean, I guarantee that if people say what they want to say about, you know, ticket prices or whatever, but I guarantee those tickets cost more than the average ticket for Wilder's fight costs more than the average ticket for those fights AJ has when they put 90,000 people in the arena, and the fight's only grossing under $10 million with 90,000 people in it. I mean, so, you know, but I mean, I don't even care about the money aspect of it or the amount of people who are in the arena or whatever. My point is, don't try to water down every accomplishment this man has because it doesn't fit your narrative. Deontay Wilder, quite frankly, is the human highlight film of boxing. You could put on Deontay Wilder's greatest hits and put it on repeat and watch it over and over and all day long and never get bored. And some of his whole fights are like that. You know? Just like the guy who's pictured with him on this video. Deontay Wilder is the human highlight film of his sport. Just like Dominique Wilkins was known as the human highlight film of his sport at his height. So y'all can keep hating on the man, keep trying to downplay him, keep trying to put him down, keep trying to, you know, I mean, all it is, you want to tear one guy up to try to build up another, and it's not necessary. If you want to feel how you want to feel about one fighter, say he's great, well, that doesn't mean that somebody else can't be equally as great or equally as good, you know, or that some other fighter can't be good. You know, I mean, but that's where people seem to be having a problem with is like, you know, if you don't like this guy taking shine away from the fighter you support, so you gotta try to tear him down, and that doesn't make sense to me. Because at the end of the day, the bigger both guys get, the bigger the fight is, which makes it good for the sport, good for boxing fans. And I'm gonna end it on that. It's D-Lo 404 Boxing. Once again, shout out to the LDBC, and that's my video. I'm out.